Solinaire Lourdes, Purple Scarlet Topaz, whichever one is easier for you. I hope everyone is doing well. You haven't seen me in a while. Guess what? I'm still here. Haven't gone anywhere. Okay, just been kind of busy. And I want to start by saying I'm so hurt for the lives lost in this coronavirus. I am so hurt that there's so much dissension on the issue of wearing a mask. I am so disheartened about the way we are handling this crisis, this pandemic. But anyway, I want to go ahead and say something about the stimulus. Okay, now I understand that people are a little stuck with the stimulus, and we need the stimulus. Okay, we need the coronavirus stimulus. So now, listen, I understand that, okay, I'm going to start with a few suggestions, okay? Just suggestions, okay? Now, on the issue of the $600 a week, okay? I understand that is that's a dividing thing for this coronavirus stimulus. Now, this is what I say. How about we take the $600 a week off the table? Yes. Let's just take it off the table, okay? Off the table. Now what? How about, okay, now listen. If unemployment pays 70% of your earnings, right? Is it 70%? Something like that. Okay? How about instead of the $600 a week, you go ahead and pay the full amount of earnings? How about that? With a cap of $600. See what I'm saying? So and so then that maybe will make it equal. Okay, and people will still be able to survive and hopefully pay their rent. Okay, so go ahead, take the $600 off of the table, and instead pay the people the full amount of their earnings in unemployment. Okay, so if unemployment pays 70%, go ahead and pay them that other 30%. Okay, how about that? Does that sound like a deal? Yeah, I think it does. With a cap of $600. So if their 30% is over the $600, then they only get up to $600. Huh? Okay? So maybe we can try something like that. Okay? Now, in regards to the, a lot of people, they can't pay their rent. Okay? They can't pay their rent. And these moratoriums, whatever the mess that is, okay, I don't see that it's beneficial. It doesn't do a whole lot in the long term for the people. Okay, remember, we are in a pandemic. Okay, we are in a crisis, and this mess is hard. I'm telling you. This mess is hard. Okay? Now, so I would like if you would consider this. Okay? Now, the fact people can't pay their rent. You're giving them some moratorium mess until, and you're extending it. That is not helping the people, because look, if they can't pay their rent, okay, so then they get extended, they don't have to get evicted. But let's say this person, let's say next week they get a job, right? Is that okay? Let's say next week they get a job. So then that means that after they get paid a couple of times, then they can start paying their rent. But they still have this other rent that they couldn't pay and need to pay. So what good is it? What good is the moratorium? They're still going to be behind broke. You know, it just is not enough. Okay, so what I would propose is that you take some money in stimulus and set up a fund for people to pay their rent, just like you set aside so much money for the business loans and stuff like that. Set aside a certain amount of money for the people to pay their rent through, and they could go through the housing and redevelopment or whatever, you know, the housing authority or whatever can handle that. Okay, where there's money set aside so that people can go and apply for payments for rent. Okay, and of course it would be based on their income, based on how much money they're getting, including whatever they're getting in unemployment and all of that. Okay, and then from there, the you know, so I don't know, let's say their rent is I don't know, let's say their rent is $1,000, okay, and the through the housing authority, you know, they have the numbers, the figures, how they determine how much they will pay and how much the person has to pay, okay, and so then that would be more helpful in the long term for the economy and for the people, okay, and then the housing authority would also have the ability or the opportunity to even see if the people are sort of being overcharged for their rent. Okay, maybe the landlord, maybe they're paying $1,000 a month, but for the area and all of that good stuff, however they factor in for the what the usual rent is, something like that, they might determine that the landlord shouldn't really be charging $1,000, but instead they should only be charging $900. Okay, so that something like that in the stimulus would be a better solution than having a moratorium that still leaves people broke. It still leaves them in a bad position. This virus is not the people's fault, okay? Not on some levels, and I can talk about that too, okay? So if we do that, take the $600 off the table, go ahead and give them the full amount of their earnings, okay? And, you know, set up the fund through the housing authority, and they could determine, and that way they can get their rent paid. Okay, and those payments, of course, will go straight to the landlord. Huh? How about that? Okay, and for the stimulus, that $1,200, no, because when I look at it, okay, that $1,200, the stimulus, whenever it came out, anyway, it comes out to basically $200 a month that Americans have gotten on the stimulus, whereas Canada is paying their citizens $2,000 a month in stimulus, which equates to about $1,400 in US dollars. I get that, okay, but look at that, $200 a month compared to $1,400 a month. I mean, this is horrible. Okay, and go ahead and give the states the money that they need so that they can do what they have to do to continue to try and bring this virus to a halt. Okay, Sure, you might have a what do you call it? You might have a vaccine soon, but how long is it going to take to administer to millions and millions of people? Okay? How long is that going to take? A year or two? So, and then we don't even know how effective it's going to be. Okay, because with that thing, with that, we also have to consider you don't know everything about the virus. Okay, but you're creating a vaccine for a virus that you don't know everything about, which is okay. It's okay. I mean, even if it's only 10% effective, and even if it's only effective for 3 months at a time, let's say you got to get a booster every 3 months. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at what it could be. Maybe it's going to be forever lasting. I don't know. Okay, so these are all things to consider. Okay, and then when you give the states the money, or when you give business, wait, I'm gonna skip to the businesses. When you give businesses the money, some of that money, you want, I would think that you want to make sure that they're using that money to not just to help keep their business open, but to also make the changes that need to be made for public safety. Okay, I mean, this wouldn't be the first time that society has had to change its ways for public health. Okay, remember there was a time that there was no sewer system, and because of I don't know if it was the Spanish flu, I forget whatever it was, they had to build sewer systems, to make things clean. And we know that there are certain things that are vital to fighting this virus. Now, when it comes to schools, okay, states, I guess they help the school, whatever they do. Okay, look, we need, I've narrowed it down to 4 important things. Testing, and we need rapid testing. Okay, rapid, whatever you want to say it, testing. Okay, for schools. We need to incorporate UVC light, because we know that breaks down the microorganisms. Okay, and then we also need air filtration systems, and those disinfecting foggers would help too. Okay, and every school should have those things in place. Okay, we need the stimulus. We need, and see, the last time a lot of people got gypped. Everybody, there were, if you had a family of 4 or 5 or whatever, and the poor ones over 16, you didn't give anything for them. Okay, and that's sort of not fair. Okay, we need the stimulus, and we need it right now. We needed it yesterday. Okay, and with all this fraud, these people getting these loans and not doing right, and taking the money and lying and all of that. Okay, it's just horrible. Okay, but anyway, so that's what I have to say on the stimulus. Let's get this thing together, and let's do it now, and pay those people that hazard pay or whatever, those people that kept going, that delivery people stocking the shelves in the stores, people making deliveries, people showing up to the hospitals, our frontline people. Okay, let's help them out. Okay, they deserve it. Okay, and because see, the thing is, what I see with the United States, because we in this coronavirus pandemic crisis, okay, and the fact that the United States failed to they failed to let's say order across the board that people wear masks. Okay, now see the thing also, okay, wait, what do I want to say? See, when it became a pandemic and it was discovered that we all should be wearing masks to protect ourselves and to protect other people from the virus, okay? Even if you don't care about the other people, what about yourself, okay? But anyway, this is what was supposed to happen. The United States was supposed to issue everyone masks. Everyone was supposed to get free masks, okay? Yeah, I know this, okay? But okay, fine. You give us the stimulus money and we'll get our own masks. Or we'll make our own masks. We'll put out whatever face covering, whatever we need to do, okay? So, please hurry up with that stimulus money and go ahead, take the $600 off the table. Take that $600 a week off of the table and instead pay the people their full earnings, okay, with a $600 cap, okay? And then we don't need a moratorium mess, okay? We need a fund with the housing, okay, so that people can apply to get their rent paid. Okay, that's that. Whether you want to call it temporary Section 8, whether you want to call it temporary low housing assistance, I don't know what you want to call it. Call it something, do it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Now, my next video, I'm going to say a little something about the Postal Service mess. All right.